Hi, everybody. My name's Wayne Boucher, and in this first discussion board post, I'd like to share the foundation of my dissertation proposal, which tentatively is titled The Righteous War Paradox: How the Ethical Certainty of World War II's Cause Compromised the Moral Limits of its Conduct. My argument in this dissertation is rooted in the just war tradition, specifically the distinction between jus ad bellum, the justice of going to war, and jus in bello, the conduct within war. World War II is often held as a model of just war tradition because of the existential threat posed by Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. However, I argue that the very moral clarity contributed to dangerous ethical overreach in the war's conduct. In other words, because America saw its cause as righteous, it allowed itself to fight with methods that violated the very moral principles which it upheld. Civilian bombing campaigns and the use of atomic weapons, as well as the treatment of Japanese prisoners of war and civilians, all suggest a breakdown in jus in bello principles, especially that of proportionality and discrimination. In support of this challenge of ideas, I studied two recent dissertations. They provided critical insight into both theory and practice of wartime morality. The first was by Matthew Zomer. His dissertation, Reciprocity in the Laws of War, develops a four-layered model of how the U.S. has historically employed the laws of war, from treaty making and training to battlefield decision making. His research shows us that U.S. adherence to the laws of war are often conditional, heavily influenced by the perceived behavior of the enemy. This understanding of reciprocity is essential to my argument, especially in the Pacific theater, where American conduct was shaped by the dehumanization of the Japanese and the belief that the enemy did not deserve the protection under international law. The second dissertation was by Jason Rayner, and it was titled Political Thought and Political Action: Michael Walzer's Engagement with American Radicalization. Rayner explores Walzer's just war theory, developed in the context of American democratic ideals and post-war political philosophies. Walzer's warning that just war can give leaders too much latitude in how war is fought is central to my thesis. Rayner also shows us Walzer's political commitments that shaped his belief that moral restraint must be maintained even in wars of necessity. Together, these works reveal the fundamental tensions, the same moral authority that justified the U.S. war effort in World War II also undermined ethical discipline on the battlefield. That's what I call the righteous war paradox. In the case of World War II, victory became the justification for nearly any means, and that remains a deeply relevant challenge for modern military ethics and foreign policy. Well, thank you for watching. I look forward to your feedback and any insight you have about how this paradox plays out. and other conflicts as well.